How's it going, everybody? Big reveal just now in the Warrior's Den. There is actually so much to talk about that I will split this video into two pieces. I will link to the Warrior's Den VOD and the patch notes in the video description down below. They only teased the new hero, so don't expect any proper information here. I will be covering said tease, the nerfs to Orochi, Reida and Shugoki and some feat nerfs, as well as the Shinobi rework that is coming on the 9th today. The upcoming testing grounds with the Dominion changes and the extensive Conqueror rework I will cover in a separate video. For now, you've been admiring the trailer. We all expected boats to arrive, but everyone assumed it'll be a Viking. Well, turns out we were wrong. The ship is clearly a junk, and the silhouette of the hero we're seeing is more like a pirate than a Viking. The voice in the trailer is female. So my assumption is that this upcoming hero is based on Shu, a famous female pirate from China. I will also link her Wikipedia article down below. It is a fun read, one of the few pirates who actually managed to live out their full life. She definitely has an interesting story. Weapon seems to be a big butterfly sword. That's all we can tell at this point, but my guess on the Kyoshin weapons was also wrong. We'll see. Release date for the hero is mid-season, which is January 27th. So we have to keep ourselves entertained until then. The new season starts on the 9th, meaning next Thursday. As usual, we get event modes, battle pass with lots of pirate stuff and all that. So let me take this opportunity to remind everyone about something. The fact that the hero comes out mid-season means that the new pirate hero will get nothing out of this battle pass. This has been a thing for a while now, so please Ubisoft, retroactively make the season's battle pass apply to the hero released in that very season. It's such a no-brainer. I don't know why this has become standard procedure now. Give the pirate hero the pirate weapons and mask outfits and all that. Come on. Alright, but let's get started then. On to the nerfs. I'll start with Reida and Shugo and leave Orochi for the end, so the ADHD kids will have let their mind wander already by the time I get to that hero. Reida then. HP nerfs from 140 to 130. Seems to be a little weird considering he's a big trading hero, but it's far from the end of the world. The knee no longer stuns or does stamina damage. Great change, should adopt this for similar moves as well. Then a ton of damage nerfs, all of them quite welcome. Soft Feint Storm and Tap down to 10, and Chain Top Heavies down by 2 and 3 respectively. And then the combo zone down to 32 from 38. That move was probably the biggest offender in the damage department. Overall great changes for Reida, those are more than welcome in my book. On to Shugoki. They did not mention a bug from the bug reporter that was also supposed to be fixed with this update, so I'll include it here. A whiffed hug would not feed revenge nor add attack. This will be fixed and is quite a substantial nerf actually. Much needed, but Shugo will feel that one. Then, side dodge headbutt after whiff chains into heavy 100 ms slower now, from 200 ms to 300 ms. What this does is that dodge attacks like Kensei's or Hitokiri's for example, will no longer trade with it. And mind you, this says side dodge headbutt only, not chain or forward dodge. But we'll see when we get our hands on that. I'll double check the values for all headbutt variations. And then once again, a bunch of damage nerfs. Those are always good. And then, Orochi. Once again, Ubisoft gave into the whining. Orochi has been kicked out of the competitive meta with this, but it's just on paper, so we'll see how he'll fare. On a whiffed kick, he can no longer recovery cancel it with a dodge. He can still chain to attacks, but no dodging. So he is susceptible to all dodge attacks now. The forward dodge light lost its undodgeable property, which on top of making the kick riskier, also neutered the mix-up. The only way to beat early dodges is now with Storm Rush. They didn't say anything about Storm Rush changes, but considering it's 33 ms faster than the patch notes initially intended, I'd not be surprised if we see that move getting nerfed as well. I'm not entirely sure what the delay window of the forward dodge light is supposed to do. Maybe it's not supposed to beat early dodges. All in all, Orochi should have gotten damage nerfs just like the other two, but instead Ubisoft directly nerfed the mix-up. It would have also been understandable if they slowed down the recovery cancels on whiffs, but they opted to flat out remove it from the kick. People are still going to get hit plenty of times by the kick because it's still not reactable. The complaints will still be coming. The players mauling about Orochi being strong will still get curb stomped by them. It's just sad. Oh well, we'll survive. Moving on, feet nerfs. Short-tempered, a feat absolutely nobody is using, got nerfed from 20 to 15%. I'm curious where Ubisoft got the data for that one from. Then slip through only applies to one attack, damage buff reduced to 30% down from 40, and it only triggers every 3 seconds instead of 1. Also quite an understandable nerf, that feat had it coming, especially because of Orochi. But as I said, Orochi's damage in general is on the higher end, nerfing that feat alone probably won't fix the issue. Then, Ki, cooldown up to 105 seconds, a tier 1 feat that needs that bigger cooldown. Should tell you all about it, I guess. And then a nerf we've all been waiting for. Smoke Bomb is now an AoE 5-second stun. That's it. All other interactions have been removed. No more capping points under someone's arse, no panic rolling to get out of it, none of that. We'll see how it'll stack up against Fiat Logs. I don't see this feat picked a lot now. Many stronger ones in that slot for most heroes that have it. Kunai, Juggernaut especially, or throwing stars. But speaking of throwing stars, Shinobi has got many more additional changes and the character really seems to have shaped up nicely. I'll try and explain as best as I can. First of all, the front roll. They gave it iframes, shortened it a little bit and gave it the ability to dodge after performing it. This should make it easier to use it in team fights to bounce around between targets without the fear of being interrupted by absolutely everything, including teammates. Then the backflip, you can no longer forward roll after it. As I've shown in the last Shinobi video, this was not a usable move, as everyone could just light them out of it on the reaction, so the link got removed completely. The move also got iframes and has been slowed down to 900 ms, making it the same speed as the front roll. Now this back roll chains directly to finishes, meaning sickle rain and all that, as well as the flip kick. And same as the front roll, it chains into dodges. Once again, more mobility and a very easy access to that flip kick and the finishes, aka one of his mix-ups. Said flip kick is now target swappable and has increased forward movement, so let's hope this makes up for the removal of the ranged heavy from the first TG. JC said it nicely, a target swappable ranged heavy was insanely strong, and without the target swap it was pretty useless, so I personally like that they opted for a completely new approach here. Let's hope this works as intended. Then the front dodge attacks. The chain link from dodge to kick is 300 ms again, instead of the tested 200 ms in the last testing ground. And Shinobi now gets a 700 ms feintable forward dodge attack. This is to make it harder to react to the kick. The one downside I can see here is that the animation between the kick and the forward dodge heavy is nothing alike. And as I've said repeatedly in the past, the reaction monsters don't strictly react to indicators, but animations play a huge role here. So we will see how hard it is for them to distinguish between kick and forward dodge heavy. Zone attack got its stamina cost reduced and is chainable to backflip on feint timing and also chains to sickle rain. It's basically a chain starter and has a nice escape mechanism built in. And then the last changes. Health upped to 120, he is no longer the hero with the lowest HP pool. And all his lights and heavies have gotten increased tracking, better trajectories and forward movement. What that means exactly will have to be tested. We've heard all that before and still couldn't hit someone standing 2 centimeters to your left. But that's it for now. TG and Conqueror changes will come in a separate video. That testing ground will also come on the 30th of December, so still some ways out. But Conqueror will definitely be a menace and I can't wait for all the colourful names that players will call me for playing him again. I love you too. Let me know what you think so far. Are you happy with the nerfs? Have they overdone it somewhere or have they not gone far enough? As usual, hope the video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Laters everybody.